One Rhystic Study turns your Precon into a Bracket 3 deck. So does one Panoptic Mirror, a card we found in 6 decks. Not 6%, 6 decks out of 58,000 tournament lists. The rulebook says these two are equals. Today, we walk all 53 steps of the staircase and find out what each one is actually worth. This is the Game Changer staircase, measured, not vibed. Chapter 1, the rule itself, because the whole argument starts with how blunt it is. The official page is blunt. Brackets 1 and 2 exclude game changers entirely. Bracket 3 allows up to 3. There is no minimum and no precon exception. One copy of any card on the list moves you up, which makes every card on it carry exactly the same weight, on paper. And Wizard says the quiet part out loud. Gavin Verhey, October 2025. Power alone isn't a reason to list it as a game changer. It's a feel-bad list, not a tier list. Fair enough, but if the panel admits some members are on the bubble, the staircase is real. So we ran all 53 through our tournament corpus, set that against EDHREC's casual census, and sorted the list into what actually changes games, cluster by cluster. Chapter 2, the mana crimes, because the top of this staircase isn't a draw engine, it's rocks. Ancient Tomb, Chrome Mox, Mana Vault, Mox Diamond. 2 colorless a turn for 2 life, a free rock that eats a card from your hand, 3 mana now with a bleed later, and a 0-cost Mox that just wants a land. Every single one of them sits in more than 4 out of 5 tournament decks, and in the casual room, they're single-digit citizens. Turbo starts win tournaments. They just annoy your Tuesday pod. Lion's Eye Diamond deserves its own step. No other card on the list asks for your whole hand. Sacrifice it, discard everything, take 3 mana of 1 color at instant speed. In a fair deck, that's a blank. Next to a graveyard engine, it's a crime. And that's exactly why half the tournament room plays it, while the kitchen table barely knows it exists. Gaia's Cradle makes green mana for each creature you control, shows up in a third of our corpus, and costs about $1,600 in paper. Hold that thought. The price story comes back at the end. Jeska's Will is the rare mana crime both rooms agree on. Read it with a commander out. Add red for each card in a target opponent's hand. And exile the top 3 of your library to play this turn. Both modes. It's a ritual and a card advantage spell stapled together, and that's why it's a staple in tournaments and in 700,000 casual decks alike. Chapter 3, the Tutors, the biggest cluster on the list, which tells you what the panel actually fears: consistency. Demonic Tutor is what full agreement looks like. Any card, straight to your hand for 2 mana. Nearly half our tournament list play it, 900,000 casual decks play it, and nobody has ever argued it off the list. If everything on the staircase looked like this, there'd be no video. Vampiric Tutor and Imperial Seal do the same dark deal. The card goes on top of your library, not into your hand, and it costs you 2 life. The tournament room pays happily for both. The casual room mostly pays for Vampiric, because one of them is an instant, and the other is a $150 sorcery. The 1-mana specialists split the job. Mystical finds instants and sorceries. Enlightened finds artifacts and enchantments. Worldly finds creatures. All 3 put the card on top of your library, not in your hand. And Gamble finds anything for 1 red mana, if you're willing to discard at random. The budget seats Demonic Tutor at $17. And then there's Intuition. Search for 3 cards, an opponent chooses which one you get, the rest hit the graveyard. A fifth of our tournament lists run it. Under 2% of casual decks have ever registered it. Same list, same 1 flips you weight as Demonic Tutor. The staircase is showing. Chapter 4, the engines. The cluster your table actually fights over. Here's the famous one. Rhystic Study. Draw a card unless that player pays one. Is the most played game changer in casual Magic. Over 1 million decks on EDHREC, and still a top 5 card in our tournament corpus. 1 line of text that taxes 3 opponents forever. Remember its number, it matters later. Smothering Tithe is the white mirror. Every opponent's draw becomes your treasure unless they keep paying 2. And 900,000 casual decks love it. Necropotence is the dark version of greed. Skip your draw step, pay life for cards that arrive at end of turn. A quarter of the tournament room takes that deal every game. The One Ring gives you a full turn of protection from everything when you cast it, then turns into a draw engine that grows every upkeep. It's one of the few cards printed this decade that both rooms rebuilt around, Top 30 in our corpus, 750,000 casual decks. And the panel itself has doubts on this floor. Consecrated Sphinx, quote, right on the bubble. We could see it coming off in a future update. Our data politely disagrees. It still does real tournament work. Ad Nauseam against Bolas's Citadel is the cleanest split on the whole list. Reveal and take until your life total says stop. That's a combo turn, and a quarter of the tournament room runs it. Casting your deck off the top for life. That's a value dream, and 370,000 casual decks live it. Same effect family, 2 different games. Chapter 5, The Police. The cards that make the other 3 players play worse. Force of Will and Fierce Guardianship are pillars 3 and 4 of Tournament Commander. Pay 1 life and exile a blue card to counter anything, or counter a non-creature spell for free while your commander's out. 6 and 10 of our lists run each. Guardianship is the one your casual table also owns, thanks to a precon printing. Opposition Agent reads like a police card and plays like a heist. Flash it in while an opponent searches their library. Now you control them while they search, they exile what they find, and you get to play it. Every tutor on this list just became a liability. Drannith Magistrate shuts off casting from anywhere but hands, commanders included, which is the entire point. Orcish Bowmasters punishes every extra card an opponent draws with an arrow and a growing orc army. And the Draw-Hate twins, Narset and Notion Thief, sit at the bottom of our tournament table. Wheels aren't a competitive plan this year, while the casual room keeps them around as the honest answer to card draw arms races. Chapter 6, The Table Wreckers, the feel-bad chapter and the most instructive one. Cyclonic Rift is the most instructive card on the whole list. One overloaded rift at a 4-player table undoes half an hour of board development. Nearly 1 million casual decks carry that threat. In a tournament round against decks that win from the stack, bouncing permanence is often just expensive. Same card, 2 completely different games. Farewell exiles artifacts, creatures, enchantments, graveyards, any combination you choose. And when it joined the list this February, 4 already shipped precons became bracket 3 decks overnight. Teferi's protection is its mirror on defense. Your life total can't change. Everything you own phases out. Both are kitchen table royalty. Both are near 0 in our tournament corpus. Turgrid, God of Fright. Everything your opponents sacrifice or discard can come back under your control. Is the 4th saltiest card on EDHREC's live board. In our 58,000 tournament list, she appears 93 times. The list isn't tracking power here, it's tracking pain. The rest of the Wrecking Crew. Humility turns every creature into a textless 1/1. The Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale charges rent on every creature at every upkeep. Glacial Chasm makes you damage-proof at the price of your own attacks and a growing life bill. And Grand Arbiter taxes their every spell while discounting yours. Legendary reputations, and between them, barely a ripple in tournament play. And here's the quiet pattern at the bottom of the staircase. Braids, Coalition Victory, Panoptic Mirror, Biorhythm. All 4 came off the banned list and were parked directly onto the Game Changers list. Braids appears in 27 of our decks. Coalition Victory in 9. Panoptic Mirror in 6. The bottom of this list isn't a read on 2026 Magic. It's a decompression chamber for ex-convicts. Chapter 7, The Win Buttons. 4 cards whose only job is ending the game. Underworld Breach gives every card in your graveyard escape until end of turn. Lion's Eye Diamond turns your hand into 3 mana, again and again. And Brain Freeze is what empties you. Each copy mills you, escapes back, and storms bigger until your library is gone. Then, Thassa's Oracle walks in and wins on the spot. The tournament room's cleanest kill. 4 in 10 of our lists carry the Breach half. The other 2 win buttons we already met in the parole office. Coalition Victory wants a land of each basic type and a creature of each color. Biorhythm sets everyone's life to their creature count for 8 mana. Neither is a game changer in any observable sense. The list is just where they wear the ankle monitor. Chapter 8, The Numbers. The receipts for everything you just heard. Here's the whole thesis in one picture. Fast mana on top, the rocks the tournament room can't live without. The famous engines in the middle. The casual legends further down, because tournament games end before a board wipe matters. And at the very bottom, the parolees, flatlining. The rule calls every one of these bars the same card. The bars laugh. Read both axes, and the 53 sort themselves into 4 rooms. Cards both worlds agree on, like Demonic Tutor. Tournament tools the kitchen table never bought, like Lion's Eye Diamond. Kitchen table legends the tournament room aged out of, like Farewell. And cards that are on the list but out of the game entirely, the Humility Room. 4 verdicts, no fake single ranking. 1 more receipt. The 2 saltiest cards in the entire format right now, Stasis and Winter Orb, aren't game changers at all. Stacks and Mass Land Denial get tracked by their own bracket criteria. So the list catches salt, but only the salt that isn't already filed somewhere else. Design intent confirmed by data. And the bracket tax is real. Mishra's Workshop, $3,000. Braids, 96 cents. Both count as exactly 1 game changer. 3 workshops or 3 braids. Either way, you're bracket 3. The 6 cards above $500 are almost all tournament real estate. The staircase has a price access too, and it points the same way. Chapter 9, The Fish. Because the sharpest thing our data found isn't on the list at all. Mystic Remora. 1 blue mana, cumulative upkeep, and every opponent's non-creature spell feeds you a card unless they pay 4. It is in 64.8% of our 58,000 tournament lists. Rhystic Study, the most famous card on the list, is at 62.1. The fish outplays the face of the format, and it doesn't flip a single bracket. The other omissions come with official reasoning of varying sturdiness. Mana Drain stays off because the Mana Surge is a one-time event that, quote, can be fun. The Great Henge can be interacted with. Craterhoof is deemed fair for 8 mana. All 3 see more casual play than half the actual list. The community has argued the fish for over a year, and on both of our axes, the community is right. The full written staircase, all 53 cards on both axes, the 4 rooms, every price, is on DeckCortex.com, link in the description. If the fish deserves its spot on the list, tell us in the comments, and subscribe for the data the format argues about. See you on the next step.